Welcome to the Global Pulse, a short video series where our experts break down a trending topic in international business and why it matters to you.
It was an exciting week in Washington. So first of all, we had the impeachment inquiry getting underway. But in addition, the Washington Nationals won the World Series. So in all of that excitement, it would have been easy to miss two pieces of trade news that happened. One related to the USMCA, the broad trade deal between US, Canada, and Mexico, and the other with the US-China trade war. On USMCA, the Speaker mentioned that, Speaker Pelosi mentioned that conversations with the administration were in what she called the last mile, which gives us some optimism that we might have a vote on it early next year. On the China front, initially there was some disappointment when Chile cancelled the APEC summit that was scheduled to be held in November in Santiago. People had been expecting President Trump and President Xi Jinping of China to meet on the sidelines and possibly conclude phase one of a broader deal, so a partial deal. And when the meetings got cancelled, there was disappointment at the loss of that deadline by which something might happen. However, President Trump quickly tweeted that they could still meet, and administration officials have since indicated that a meeting could happen as early as this November. So what can we expect at such a meeting? Well, I think the first round, the partial phase one, as they're calling it, will likely cover agriculture. So China will probably agree to buy some more farm goods, and in return for that, we'll get some tariff relief. This, of course, leaves for later some of the most contentious issues. So the main bones of contention have been subsidies to state-owned enterprises, and then relating to the forced disclosure of technology for U.S. companies wanting to do business there, and other intellectual property-related issues such as cyber theft. So what happens there remains to be seen, but so far so good. On USMCA, the sticking point for Democrats had been labor standards, the environment, and pharmaceutical prices. In particular, Speaker Pelosi was very insistent on an enforcement mechanism that makes for speedy enforcement when complaints are brought on these issues. And it seems like there has been some progress there, and so it looks like the USMCA is also moving forward. Why is all of this important to us? Well, I think first of all, when exports go down, you're going to have idle factories and you're going to lose jobs. So it affects businesses negatively, but it also affects consumers who now end up having to pay higher price for imported goods, such as the iPhone that's built in China. But finally, I think there's also a broader effect in terms of uncertainty. Firms find it difficult to plan and invest if they don't know when the trade war is going to be over, if at all. So for all of these reasons, I think this was a week of good news, and we should all celebrate this good news on Trade for a Change.